It is your girl with Just Ask M. I am here with Tim at Buffalo Creative Workshop. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're located on Great Arrow or Elmwood? My sense of direction is horrible.
We're on 255 Great Arrow Avenue. More or less right by Elmwood.
Yes.
So that's the best spot
Like
to enter
behind
the
that
building.
Marshalls Plaza?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So this used to be the old Pierce Arrow building amongst other older companies, and what they have turned it into is a creative space with literally endless possibilities. What I love about it is it's almost a clean slate for just whatever you can think of and whatever is possible in the space. And we all know something, and people start somewhere. So even here, as an example, you have multiple art supplies.
Yes.
Yeah. So like we were just talking about, if art is something you're into, if it's a hobby you want to start, you kind of, I'll let you speak a little more on it.
Sure. So in here we got tons of crafting supplies, some bookbinding materials, other random supplies, anything crazy from sponges to like cake molds.
Okay.
Like a lot of random things.
Yeah.
Lots of great things for drawing. Posca markers, there's alcohol markers here.
Okay.
We got some lino cut materials, fabric markers, pastels, charcoals,
Great.
fine drawing pencils, all
works,
that.
yeah.
We have a ton of other painting supplies in another station, and then we also have sewing and textiles here.
Oh, okay.
And the photography area.
Very nice. So that in itself is just 3 spaces of creativity. I don't know that much about art, but I do know supplies can add up to be very expensive. So
Yes.
being an artist is something you're going to consider, or a hobby. What great way to start it than to just test it out and see if it's anything you like before investing in those supplies.
A big part of this space is aiming to help drive down the cost of creation for local creators who are like maybe just starting out or like at a
Right.
midpoint in their career, trying to get it from being the side hustle to their actual sole job.
And a fair chance with the cost of living these days. And you know, I love that, because that's kind of my thought process with my podcast, in the sense of maybe somebody doesn't have, you know, $2,000 for the first month of marketing advertisement because they don't even know if it's going to work. So like you said, where are these small spaces where people can not only express themselves, already have a good talent, but just start somewhere, you know? And I think that that's what I love most about this space, in the sense of it's here, it exists, it's open to the public. He is here a variety of hours throughout the week. I believe you mentioned Tuesday evenings are karaoke?
Yes, karaoke and game nights every Tuesday from 7 to 9 or however late we feel like staying.
There you go.
This is a 24/7 building.
Nice.
I'm just not 24/7 myself.
Right. We don't expect you to be. So even like that, me and my cousin, we love some karaoke, so we might have to stop in and visit some of those days. But yeah, so this is just one of the corner spaces, and we're gonna take a little tour to explore some more. So here we have like another little section that interested me a lot. Tim and I were just chatting, just so I myself got a basic idea of what the space can actually offer. This captured my attention, just in the sense of, this was a little book that I believe one of the kids made?
Local artist.
Local
Seth.
artist. Okay, and this is super cool, because if you can see, this has a binding of string, and the book itself is about stitching and sewing. So that's like just creativity in my hands right there. And he specified, so we all know the words spelled like mine. That's how you would pronounce it. But he explained to me, I said, zine, what is that? So when you think of magazine, and then when you just say zine, now I understand, okay, that's why he's saying that, even though it's spelled Z-I-N-E. So this is kind of just a little bit of an opportunity to become a workshop, something for kids that they can actually create this here?
Yep.
Okay.
We have a lot of things that we just put out for inspiration.
Yes.
But when we do our zine classes, a lot of folks are very unfamiliar with them or completely don't know what it is at all.
Yeah.
But they're curious.
Yes.
And a very difficult thing to explain is the wide variety in shapes and sizes and everything that the zines can be. So I just have all these out here that people can look through and kind of get an idea of the wide range that they can, of approaches that they can take to making their own zines.
Very nice. And I like that, because there's really no limit on, what you can create. It can be any subject, it can be words, it can be titles. And like, maybe this can be a type of workshop for anybody of any age, if autism, sensory, if that's something that's kind of, I know I have an overactive mind, so this would be like fun to do, you know, whatever comes to mind, like you said, just satisfying that curiosity. And I feel like a lot of the time the world we live in, like, it's like almost curiosity, there's a hesitance to expressing
Yes.
that, you know what I mean? So once again, just a great space to let it happen.
Zines are a fantastic format for just experimenting and playing around, because you can, even just things like the book binding part
Right.
itself, right? We saw it with Seth's, it's sewn together.
Yes.
You can do your traditional staple binding,
Mm-hmm.
but you can get crazy with the ways that you fold everything together into being
Right.
a tiny little booklet.
Yeah.
And it's just a very freeing experience to start
Mm-hmm.
making zines. I have
Oh, I like your sign. Thick thighs, good vibes.
That's right. So this election sign was up after the election.
Okay.
So I took it and I chopped it into a bunch of basically around roughly 4x6
Okay.
blocks. And I'm making a zine out of an election sign.
Okay.
And it looks like kind of an old Flintstones tablet.
Right.
in a
Oh
way.
my God, yes.
But
yeah.
I can get 34 interior pages out of an election sign.
And then, I mean, you can, you know, if you want to, I was going to say you can even do some desk decor there. Very interesting.
And I just sewed that together with some
Yeah.
heavy thread and needle.
Okay. And you have all those supplies here.
Yes.
Okay, very
Yep.
nice.
Got the owl, got the adhesives and the
Okay.
glues, got the needles, all the stuff you need
Yeah.
to do some really incredible bookbinding.
And like I said, I love that. You know, I love a one-stop shop. So like that in itself is amazing. So it's just like you come here, you want to discover a hobby, you want to experience something. Most of the time, the supplies are here, so it legit doesn't get any easier than that. So definitely a creative space with a lot of variety. We're gonna go explore another one. So here we have, like I said, it's a very open space. You can see just a general idea of tables and chairs set up. Even something like this, if you are a person who likes doing workshops, if you have an idea of maybe something you would want to set up for, you know, a smaller group or maybe even a bigger group, things to maybe keep your kids company, whether it's out of school, after school, whatever the case may be, or you just want to spend time with your kids in a different space than home. I think this is a phenomenal location to do that. And you can always contact Tim. So anything, there's a Google form available online, and you can simply fill that out, send a request, he'll reach out. I'm big on a consultation to get the clear needs and necessities of what do you want to do, how does this look, and what do you require of one another. But yeah, the space is here. You can always visit the website, fill out a Google form, have a conversation, and see if this space works out. If you are just looking to create a workshop, practice on a hobby, just have a quiet space. What did you call this, Tim?
That's the box of whimsy.
Box of whimsy. We all know I like creativity, and this was the box from the fridge. So absolutely loving the creative idea in that. Go show us what's inside and the purpose of it.
Sure. So like, if you're getting overstimulated, stressed out, or just have kind of a creative block, you can come on in, sit down, and say goodbye.
And relax. Super amazing, because even like in the second office that I am creating for my boss, there is something that I do want to create as far as a Zen room. People have kids, people have stressful jobs, people don't always have a quiet environment to be in. And what better way to just kind of zone out, get your mind back together, and kind of just, you know, slow the brain down, you know, just kind of lessen the stimulation that might be happening for you. So here you have the little box of whimsy available for your use as well. And here, last but not least, that this is like the nicest, biggest corner, if you will, that I feel like all the visions are stimulating in my brain. So you said that this can kind of be used for live music, correct?
Live music. This is where we have our drag performances every first Friday.
Every first Friday.
Yeah, any kind of crazy performance. Dance groups that need some rehearsal space. It's
Okay.
great for that. Really great photo shoot area for, you know, doing headshots or full body, all that stuff.
Yeah, and then like I said, the best thing you can have is a big open space that's kind of just a clean slate. I mean, here you have the curtains that you say they go pretty high up. So if you want to create a space for privacy.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Honestly, I've just been lazy and not completely tearing those down.
Those
But
are a lot of work.
it gets to be. And
Yes,
sometimes
yeah.
I got to focus on other things.
Right,
so,
which is fair.
you know, but yeah, it's I don't know. You can do a whole lot here. It's a great place. It's all ages. It's a sober space. So
Yeah.
really, like the only limitations here is no open flames and we're sober.
Which is fair because more and more I think it's nicer to be sober minded so you can actually be present and enjoy things.
And just in the sense of making it welcoming to everybody, you know, sometimes alcohol can alienate folks, especially
Yeah.
like if you're trying to be all ages.
Right.
So you don't got to worry
Respect of
about
that.
any people being a fool. And
Yeah,
you
safe
know,
space.
it's not like, you know, come to an event, it's only asking you to spend a couple hours sober.
Yeah, right. Not too much to ask.
Yeah.
And I see that you do have your calendar here of the events throughout the month. Is there somewhere that they can find that online?
When I'm on my game, I keep
Yes.
our Google Calendar
Okay.
up to date to match this, and people can either obviously put that Google Calendar on their phone.
Okay.
It's also on our webpage,
Okay.
bandabards.com/workshop.
Okay.
So it's embedded in the webpage and, you know, displays very nicely whether
Okay.
you're on desktop or mobile.
Okay, perfect. Very nice. Well, yeah, so like I said, they have the website, which I will tag. We all know Instagram is kind of dominating these days, and I'm sure that's where you can get the most up-to-date events happening. As he said, you have the drag shows that happen every first Friday of the month.
Yep.
And then you also did mention a writing class, right?
We have writing groups. It fluctuates Fridays or Saturdays,
Okay.
just so folks have that flexibility.
Yes.
We do third Thursday open mic poetry.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Fun.
Try to
Well,
bring
yeah.
all sorts of different creative groups together
Absolutely.
under one roof and get us to all just congregate and strengthen our own community.
It really, and like you said, like there's so much talent in Buffalo. There's so many hidden gems. What better way to keep building through collaborating, teamwork? We're all good at something, but we are not all good at everything. And the best way is to legit come together and just create these spaces, build these variety of things. It's winter. What
Yeah.
better way to enjoy the winter than fun indoor activities? As he said, it's for all ages. It's a sober environment. They do everything from the drag shows to workshops to you can photography, poetry, open mic, karaoke, writing, and if you are exploring, if you like art as a hobby, or like you said, just a space to if they want to make it their full-time
Yep.
gig, and I think that's great. So yes, check it out, Buffalo Creative Workshop, right?
Yes.
I know, keep wanting to say workspace, workshop. And it's on Elmwood Avenue. If you have any questions, they have the Google form available online. You can always submit that or call and see if Tim is in the office. Even if you want to stop in and get a tour and just check it out, get a vision of if this is a space that you can use, but don't hesitate to reach out. Let's literally keep expanding our ceilings of growth and just collaborating and explore your creativity here in Buffalo, New York.